Hello, and welcome to my Honkai Star Rail version 1.1 update. I am here to discuss how I've gone on with Honkai in 1.1, the ups and downs, how it compares to my experiences 1.0, and what my plans are for the game. And I am, I guess, J-Shy, Johnny Appleshy, whatever you want. And yeah. So 1.1. You might remember from my 1.0 video that I had a good initial time with this game. I loved how many wishes I got, though worried that it would, shrink. And I was also worried about all the characters to build and just everything to do. But I was generally happy with it. My big plan for 1.1 was that I would wish on the Silver Wolf banner, and if I lost 50-50, I would not go all the way for her. So, we'll start off with that. How did that roll go? Did I get Silver Wolf? Well, the answer to that is... I did. I won the 50-50, and I got Silver Wolf. She came home and was the first quantum unit I really put a lot into. And Silver Wolf is pretty great. I'm happy I won 50-50 because she's a very cool character. I was a little sad because since I won the 50-50, it means I have a lot more wishes to save up to guarantee Kafka. But Silverwolf's been an amazing character. Her ability to inflict weaknesses onto other enemies helps a lot with just progressing through the game. But at the same time, I also find it doesn't... Like, it helps, but it's not like a huge boost. Like, it makes some battles easier, but others that I would struggle with, it doesn't make, like, easy enough that I can manage them. Like, I still have to make sure I have characters of many different types and elements. She can't, like, just add a weakness and then make everything okay. But I am still loving her a lot. Like, just having a quantum character is great, and she does really good single target damage, and she's great, yeah. Very happy to have Silver Wolf and welcome her to the team. So, I guess then, yeah. But that wasn't all I did in 1.1. We also had the Silver Wolf event, which took place here in the space station, and there was a museum event on Belobog. How did those go? I did both of them. I did a whole bunch of other little events, but those were kind of the two main ones. The Silver Wolf event right here, I really enjoyed the Silver Wolf event. I'd say it was probably my favorite event for sure. It was kind of fun to have a sort of like epilogue story to what happened here in the space station. Like, see Silver Wolf again and see like what she was up to. And then also learn more about Herta and her friend who shows up. Yeah, it was good. Also, the light cone you get for Silver Wolf is awesome. But the real thing I love about the event was that, like, the story was good. The rewards were nice. But I loved how just short and quick it was. Like, I was expecting it to be like a Genshin event where, like, you only can do part of it. You have to wait like a week before it's all unlocked, and it takes a long time to do. However, the entire event unlocked on like the day of 1.1, and you could do it all, and it did not take long at all, and I love that so much. I was able to knock it out so quickly, get her weapon, get all the refinements, and yeah, it was good. I don't know, I really enjoyed that event. Definitely a high point for me. The other little events, like one with this kid where you trade stuff, were good. But yeah, as for the other events, we had the museum event. This was kind of the other main event of 1.1. It's kind of like where, the Silver Wolf event was sort of an epilogue for the space station story. The museum's like an epilogue for the first plant story, Belobog, or Jarilo 6, I don't know. But yeah, the museum event I enjoyed, but I didn't enjoy it as much. I had some issues. Kind of as I alluded to when I talked about the Genshin events, like this event took a long time to do. You had to wait a couple days for all of it to unlock. And it was also just pretty tedious at times. You have to like teleport around a lot, and there's a lot of just walking from one NPC to another and talking, and I definitely wish that whole process was streamlined more. The whole process of managing like your resources were pretty fun, but I wasn't like in love with it. So like the museum event was fine, but whoa, what? Bronian, what are you doing here? This is pretty cool. See, maybe it's not so bad. Oh, cool! I got a song. Nice. But yeah, this event though was fine. Any other events? The other smaller events were nice. Natasha. Dang, and there's Serval and Sampo. Wow, a lot of characters are here. That's so cool. Sorry, I'm just seeing a whole bunch of characters I like out and about. But yeah, museum event was pretty fun. Like there were some fun moments. Like I know there was a moment with Clara and Hook that was really funny and had me laughing. And also Sampo had a whole bit that I really liked. But yeah, I do wish it was shorter and less tedious to complete. But overall, it was pretty good. Other things I did during 1.1, my play sessions, were I caught up on the story. I said in 1.0 I did the stories with the space station, the first planet, but I did not do anything on the Lofu. I did that. You can see I'm actually playing during 1.2 right now, and I'm at where the story begins, but I completed all the 1.1 story. The story on the Lofu, it was so much longer than I expected.
Time to log off.
Like,
head back.
I saved this for 1.1 because I thought like there wouldn't be a lot of content and like there wouldn't be a lot to do in this story and region because like it's not finished, but wow, I was wrong. The story is so long here and there's so much environments. It felt like nearly as long as the first planet story, and you know it's not done. So it was a little overwhelming when it dawned on me that, oh, I can't just knock out this story in a couple days. This is gonna take some time.
Task peer wrap, song lotus cake. Garen.
However, it was pretty good actually. The story of Lofu is interesting compared to the first one. It's funny. My general thoughts on this story compared to the first planet kind of mirrors my thoughts on the stories of Mondstadt and Liyue and Genshin, which were the first two main stories in Genshin. Where
You know how to fix a star skip?
the Belobog story I liked, but I also just nothing about it really grabbed or jumped out at me. I just thought it was a good, fine story. Like no huge problems, but also nothing that really excited me. It was fine. Where here there's a bit more interesting stuff going on. It feels like we're more involved in the main story. Like we're learning more about, you know, Kafka right here, Stellaron hunters. Learn more about them, who seem like they're kind of some of the main overarching villains for this game. There's a lot more like players this time around, where you have, I don't know, some like tension and drama between like Fushuan and Jingyuan. You have like the little like cults here. You learn more about like the abundance and like the hunt, and kind of like more about like the past and the tension and history between them. On Belobog, you just kind of learn about the planet and how I guess it relates to preservation, but there's not a whole lot more than that. Whereas here, like, you kind of learn more about the hunt, the abundance, and like the histories between the gods and how I guess like we'll be meeting them more. It's just there's more interesting stuff going on here, but also it's kind of really confusing, and there's a lot of stuff that's just unnecessarily complicated. There were quite a few times when I was progressing through the story where I was lost. I didn't really know what was happening. And I would like try to understand it because it seemed relevant. And sometimes it was relevant, and other times it just seemed rather pointless. And like, oh, okay, this commission is here, and this commission does this, and like, does it really mean anything? Not really. But yeah, I'm very curious to see how the story concludes in 1.2, now that the story is finished. Curious to see how it all goes down. But yeah, oh yeah, and then also in this story, there's a fun like you do side story stuff. There's like a B plot line with Don Hang, and Su Shang, and Locha, and that's fun. It's interesting how there's kind of, it's not just you're just following your characters. There's also other characters you follow around. But yeah, I say those were my overall like thoughts and experiences with the story in this second planet. Like, at times I'm enjoying it more than the first one, or at times I'm not. So we'll see how it lands. I also did the story quests they added in 1.1, which were for Bailu, Locha, and Yanqing, I believe. And those were fun. Those were good. I didn't enjoy them as much as I did the quests from 1.0. I feel like of like Serval and Natasha, but they still like had their moments. Like the Locha quest was really funny. Got some laughs out of me. I also finished Clara's quest. You can't finish Clara's quest line until you've done the Lofu storyline up to this point, and that was really good. But yeah, I'm still liking the character quests. I still love how like much shorter the character quests are compared to Genshin, and in general, I love how much just quicker you can do things in this game compared to Genshin. It definitely is why I've stuck with it, and I definitely see myself sticking with this. Where Genshin, like, there's a new region coming out in Genshin soon, and I'm not interested. I'm not going back. I'm sticking with this game for the time being. But yeah, so that's kind of some of the content I did. But of course, that wasn't all I did. I was also grinding away, grinding about. And how'd that go? How's my team looking? So here's my team. As you can kind of see, I've kind of like separated all my characters into like roughly two groups, where I have the main units of Clara, Silverwolf, and Welt, who I've leveled them to 75. I've got their traces to 8 and like kind of maxed out as much as I can. I've also leveled their weapons to 75. And then below them I have all level 60 characters, which would be March 7th, Natasha, Sampo. Well, I'm slowly leveling up Sampo, but the Trailblazer, Himeko, Tingyun, and Asta. These characters have all leveled up to 60, and I've leveled up their traces to 6. Yeah, and so these guys are like also important to my team, but they're not as important as like my main DPS units. And yeah, it was fun. Serval, I feel bad. I was thinking of leveling her up to the 60 group, but Kafka's coming, and I think Kafka's just going to be a better Serval, so I don't really see any point in like really investing much in her, so I've kind of left her to the side, which is a little sad. There's also Su Shang, who I'd like to use, I'd like to bring up, but I haven't yet for reasons I'll get into. But yeah, that's sort of my general team right now, is I have, again, like every element. I have like physical, quantum, imaginary, wind, fire, and then I will have electric when Kafka comes out. But yeah. So yeah, Su Shang. The reason why I haven't leveled up Su Shang to the same level as like these other units is light cone. And let's look at my light cones, because I've had great character luck where like in 1.0 I got, you know, Clara, Himeko, Welt, but then that also means I haven't rolled any 5-star weapons on the standard banner. So these are my weapons. You can kind of see these are like the main ones I have, my main units, and then I also have some of these. But yeah, there are some like paths where I don't have a lot of weapons that I'm satisfied with, so that's kind of holding me back from leveling up certain units. Like my Harmony units of Asta and Tingyun, I only have the Dance 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 light cone that seems amazing. Like, I think Memories of the Past seems good, but I don't know. I haven't understood the value yet, so I haven't really leveled it up. Past and Future also seems good, but I'm not sure, so I think I'll level this one up. But I'm like, Dance 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 just seems so much better that I just kind of switched this between Asta and Ting Yun. But that also means I'm kind of hesitant to level up more Harmony characters. That's kind of the thing with Su Shang is that, like, in terms of the hunt, I only have 2 hunt light cones, and they both seem fine, but light cone in the Herter store, I think, seems like just a better version. So, and I don't want to like waste my weapon material by leveling up a light cone I'm not going to use for long. So I just haven't leveled up hunt light cones very much, which means I haven't really used any hunt characters. Seen the store right here. Yeah, I actually have enough where I could buy the hunt light cone. However, I'm not going to because there's a Nility light cone rumored to be coming next patch that I'd like to get ASAP for Kafka, and then also the preservation one seems good for Fu Xuan, who I'd like to get. So I'm kind of prioritizing those two. So once I have enough to buy both of those, I'll get this one. But that means then, yeah, I'm like not really leveling up my hunt characters, so Xu Shang's just kind of sitting and wait. But yeah, and that's sort of like a problem I'm running into, like with preservation, March 7th. Like, I have some preservation light cones, but they also don't seem very good on March 7th since she doesn't want enemies attacking her. So I haven't really, I don't know. The erudition path, I only have 2 light cones and they seem fine, but I'm not super convinced. But yeah, so light cones are kind of, I don't know, they're not like making a problem, but they are kind of preventing me from leveling up certain characters. Like in the Nihility path, I have so many Nihility characters. I have Silverwolf, Welt, Sampo, and I'm going to be getting Kafka and hopefully Luca. And so I only have like 4 Nihility light cones, and that's 5 characters, so I gotta figure out what to do with that. I have the sort of free to play 4-star light cone, but I don't think it's as good as these. So yeah, I don't know. I'm also like, light cones is also why I decided to buy the battle pass this patch. You see, I didn't roll this light cone until like, I don't know, a couple weeks before the end of 1.1. So the only abundance light cone I had for Natasha was this one, and it seems good, but I'm not like convinced that it's like that good, especially since like I didn't have refinements of it, but as you can see, I rolled refinements later. So I bought the abundance light cone for Natasha and then proceeded to roll, copies of this and this. So I did regret it a bit, but the battle pass is definitely something that I'm looking at to buy weapons for these characters. Like, I'm thinking I'll buy the preservation one for March 7th if I don't roll like one of her light cones. I might roll one of the Harmony ones if I don't roll, cone. But that's kind of the thing, is that like the gacha in this game isn't just characters, it's also weapons. And there's a lot of light cones I don't have that are kind of like, I don't know, they're kind of like making me wait on leveling up certain characters. Like in Erudition, as you see, I just have these 2 I haven't rolled. These Harmony, I'd like this one, but I haven't just rolled it in the gacha, so I might buy the Battle Pass one. Nility, I've been lucky enough to get all of them, which is great. Preservation, yeah, these 2 seem great on March 7th, but if I don't roll them, like, I might just go with the Battle Pass one. So yeah, I'm really hoping that when I roll for Kafka in 1.2, I get like some of these light cones, because I definitely like, I don't know, they would help me like feel less bad about leveling up characters, and I would definitely level up like Su Shang more. I definitely level up Su Shang. I might just level up Serval. I might level up also like Pela, everyone else, because like, I don't know, everyone seems good in this game. I also might level up some of these characters at 60, like Himeko, to like the 75 level along with Sampo. But yeah, but like as with all gacha games, I'm kind of held back by like resources, by my weapons and my characters, which kind of leads me to the battle pass, because I bought the battle pass in 1.1. I didn't in 1.0, and I gotta say, like, the The light cones, they all seem fine, like not amazing or anything. Here's the thing about the battle pass. I said in my 1.0 like video that I was a little like worried about resources, you know, how I'd level up all these characters. And indeed, I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 characters I'm like investing in. Like that's a lot of characters to be leveling up. They all need resources. It takes a lot. It actually hasn't been that much of a problem. And that is because I bought the battle pass. Here's my all-fire team. And the battle pass shocked me in a way where, remember during my 1.0 video, I said that I was shocked at how many free wishes you get at the start and how like, wow, this kind of like changed the way I look at gacha. There's a battle pass in Genshin, and when you buy it, you get, you know, all these rewards in the bottom, not just the top one, so you get more rewards, so it's better. But you get, you know, like, not a huge amount. Like, I even looked, like, in Genshin, like, I think, like, by buying the battle pass, you get, like, triple what you normally would. But in Star Rail, it's even more. Like, by buying the battle pass, you get, like, 4 times as much stuff, which means, like, altogether you're getting, like, 5 times the rewards as you would. And, like, you get so much more stuff from the paid battle pass in this game compared to Genshin, and it shocked me, like, in a bad way. Like, I was like, oh, no, like... I mean, on the one hand, like, I was happy that I paid for it because then I have all these resources and, like, look at all the resources. I still have a lot of level up, weapon level ups. Like, I'm good. I have tons of relic level up stuff. But also it just feels kind of scummy that, like, pain gets you so much more ahead. Like, oh, man, like... I don't know, it makes me feel kind of bad, even though, like, you get so many good rewards from it. You know, I don't know, it's weird. I definitely want to buy the battle pass again, and I want to get either the preservation or harmony light cone. However, I don't know if I want to buy it again because, like, it just feels kind of unnecessary, like, with all the rewards. Like, now I almost, like, don't know who to level up with all this, and also, like, I don't know, it feels kind of bad, like, how much more you get. Like, if you're not buying this thing, you're gonna be so far behind in terms of resources. I don't know. But that's the other thing. I bought the battle pass in 1.1, and I also bought the monthly pass for the second time, so I've now bought it twice. So you can see I have 600 of this shard. I haven't converted them, but that's just kind of proof that I bought it twice.
What should I observe today?
And you know, like, they were nice to have. They gave good rewards, but how'd they do for my wishes? Like, how was the wish economy? I remember in my 1.0 video, I said that I got about 280 wishes in total. Excuse me. Sorry about that. But yeah, I said I had 280 wishes that I did, which was across the beginner banner, standard banner, and the character banner. On the character banner itself, I got roughly like 135 wishes, 45 that I used, and I had like 90 waiting. How about this patch? In this patch, I was at 91. I did 4 more 10 rolls, so I did 40 standard rolls, and I'm close to having enough to do another 10 roll. Meanwhile, on this patch, I got 20 of these. I'm ignoring the 4 because, like, those are from 1.2. And the Stellar Jade, I have about, it says 190, but I got roughly 5 from the 1.2 update, even a little bit more than that. So I'd say maybe I have like 183 wishes in Stellar Jade. So in total I have like 200, I got 200 wishes, which if you do the math from that, if I had 90 saved up in 1.0, that's 110 wishes that I made. I also though did 35 wishes on Silverwolf's banner, so it's 145. So I have 145 wishes here and 40 here, for a total of like 185. That's pretty good, you know, compared to 1.0 where I did 280. Here I did 185. But as I said, I bought both the battle pass and the monthly thing, and I also did like half of the rest of my first monthly pass. So if you subtract that, the battle pass gives you I think roughly 8 wishes, and the monthly pass, if you don't include like these, gives you about 17 wishes. So there's 25 wishes, another half I'd subtract maybe, I don't know, 9, like, or like 8, 23 wishes. So that 185 is more like 160. Sorry, more like 150. 155. Wait, am I doing that math right? 25. Yeah, 150, I'd say. So I made about 150 wishes, like without paying money. And that's about half what I made in 1.0, because again, I also like did story content that was in 1.0 that I just didn't do. So yeah, so like the amount of wishes I made in this patch compared to previous is about half, but because I bought the passes, it was, you know, elevated a bit more. So now, you know, as you can see now, I have enough wishes to guarantee Kafka, and I'm also getting close where I could like wish for another 5-star unit. My goal is I'd like to get Kafka. Her banner is after this one. And then I'd also like to get Fu Xuan, who is likely to be coming in 1.3. I don't know how the wishes for that though.
What should I observe today?
I'd like to get both of them, but yeah, if I lose the 50-50 on both of them and have to roll all the way to soft pity, I don't know if I'd be able to get them. But that's kind of like, I don't know. That's the thing, is like in order to get both of them, I've had to like buy the monthly passes, buy the battle pass, and like play, you know, every day. I've played every day 1.1. And that kind of leads me to, I guess, like the kind of, you know, conclusion here is that like I'm enjoying the game still, like in 1.0, but I'm already feeling my enjoyment like diminish, like because I'm just like doing the daily grind to save up for characters, you know. The story and events are fine, and like there's some I like, but I'm not like super loving any of it. Which I guess brings me to like my plans for 1.2. 1.2 has the end of the story on the second planet, which I'm looking forward to. There will be some other content. New Simulated Universe, which I've been slowly progressing through and has been fun. But I do feel myself getting a little tired of the game, a little tired of the daily grind, and I also just I'm starting to have a lot going on in my life right now. I know Pikmin 4 is about to come out, and that's a game I really want to play, and I also want to like replay the first 3 Pikmin games. So I'm thinking that for 1.2, and to kind of try and make the game less stressful, I'm not gonna play very much during the Blade banner. I'm just gonna, you know, take a break, do some other stuff, focus on other stuff in my life. And then when the Kafka banner comes up in the second half of 1.2, I'm gonna come back, finish the mainland story in 1.2, maybe do some of the events. But yeah, I definitely do feel like while I'm enjoying it, I am starting to feel a little like stressed and overwhelmed by it, even if like, you know, it's not as bad as Genshin, you can do everything much quicker. It's still kind of having to log in every day, you know, having to do Simulated Universe every week. It can get kind of boring and repetitive, so I'm gonna take a break from the game. I am still enjoying it, and I do still plan to stick with it. I think at least through 1.3 I want to stick with it until I get Kafka and hopefully Fu Xuan. But then after that, I don't really know.
What should I observe today?
Cause I'm enjoying this game. You know, it's fun, but
Oh,
I'm not sure if I want to play it, you know, every day. And that's about where I'll end things. Here's hoping next patch I get Kafka. I hope on the standard banner I get our 5-star. I might be able to barely 2 by the end of 1.2,
What
but
should I observe
yeah,
today?
I see my plans for investing is there's a free Yukon I would like to get, and I'd like to get her and kind of level her up to the same level as all my support units at 60. Also when I get Kafka, I'll level her up to 75, put her on like this side, and also get Luca and level him up to maybe 60 or 70. I think that's kind of my general plan for investing. I might level up some of these units like Himiko and Sampo up to 75. And I also may start relic farming. I'm at TL Trailblazer level 61 and I still have not really relic farmed. But I think I might start doing that now. But yeah, that's about an update on the game. I'm still enjoying it, not as much as 1.0, already falling off a little bit, but I'm looking forward to, you know, finishing the story of the Lofu. I'm looking forward to getting Kafka and Luca. I just gotta, you know, not get in the mindset of having to play every day and like kind of let this game take over my mind in a way that can be detrimental to the rest of my life. But yeah, that's my 1.1 summary video. I'm enjoying it. I gotta say, I really like Asta as a character. Like, wow, she's great. I love her animations. Very, very happy to have her. I use her a lot, and she's good. Bam. But yeah, that's about it for me. Hope you enjoyed this video. Game is still fun, but yeah, I still plan to stick with this. Like, I'm not going back to Genshin or anything, but I'm also gonna be playing a little bit less often, a little less frequently.
What should I observe today?
And yeah, hope you enjoyed the video,
Oh.
and I will see you guys another time. Take care.